Hi everybody, it's me, Carrie. I am setting up my live so that I can talk to you guys. So just give me just a second here to get my live going. As soon as I can see it. It always takes me a minute to find it. I don't know why. Okay, I am here and somebody's watching, so say hello. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So, now that I'm all hooked up and I can see y'all, I am Carrie Beglow, your Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Farmington Hills, Michigan. Hello. Just a couple of, while we're waiting for people to pop on, a couple of business advertising. Hi, Maureen. Remember, there is a slight delay for me to see your comments. This is my Stampin' Up! Website, memoryinkers.com, for all your shopping needs. This is the hostess code 77JQC74S. Also, if you want to email me, it's also memoryinkers@gmail.com. So, all right. So it looks like we've got a couple of people on. So, first of all, thank you for watching me. I'm really happy to have you do that, and I hope that you are a page follower. If this is your first time watching me, let me know. Say hello. Tell me where you're from, that kind of stuff. What's the weather like? Michigan is Michigan, so we're trying to figure out what the weather's going to be this week. Up and down and up and down. It's crazy, but it's better than it has been. So anyway, I grabbed my ruler so I can tell you that this base piece of the card is 8.5 by 5.5. And then I have a piece of basic white in granny apple green that are 4 inches by 5.25. One's for the inside, one's for the out. This is the designer series paper. That is the Waves of Ocean in that collection. I've got 2 pieces. This one is 3 3/4 by 5. This one is, I forgot, 2 by 3 1/4, which makes this piece of granny apple green 2 1/4 by 3 1/2. Then I have a scrap of the silver from the blue foil that is also part of the Waves of the Ocean, which is that special pre-order right now. So it's 3 1/4 inches thick, and right now it's 3.5 inches long. And then I have a 1/2 inch strip of the balmy blue just to be using with my project. So one of the things that I posted something, just a little picture the other day about these funny little pieces in the die set. I'm going to be honest with you. I had no clue what they were. None. Zippo, nada, nothing. And now it's like that V8 commercial. Like somebody just hit me with a huge amount of it. Hi, Amber. And now it makes total sense that they are parts of the cloud. Did not get it at all at the time. So I am using these dies right here. And I'm using these right here, and I've pre-cut them out already. And that is from the Waves of Inspiration and the Waves dies, and then the Waves of the Ocean collection, which has the designer series paper. And there's, I don't have that page with me, but you can buy everything separate. But this is what I want to show you. So I'm going to hold this up and hope you guys can see it. I am going to copy this card right here. It was on the, I think I posted this flyer. Which probably really, I don't think I'm doing it any justice. But anyway, that's what I'm copying. But it's not going to end up looking anything like it. You will see. It's not at all. I'm also using some stamps from the Sweet as a Peach bundle. This is one of the bundles that's on sale for 20% off. It is, let me look this up. It's number 155823, Sweet as a Peach. It was $41. Now it's $32.75, but that is including the dies that cut all the stuff out. So I'm not cutting anything out with that. I'm just using a few of the pieces. So, what I'm going to start with then is the inside. Hi, Jane. And somebody shared. Thank you so much. Amber, thank you. For those of you who do not know, when you share my posts, you go into a drawing and you get free stuff. So that is always good. And then I need a scrap to go over that. All right, so now I'm going to put this on a piece of foam. This is our cool foam mat because it's photopolymer stamps that I'm going to be using for this part. And this is for the inside of the card. I know I don't always do the inside of the card or do it first. It's true. I just don't. So what I'm going to do is I'm using Granny Apple Green, Balmy Blue, and Daffodil Delight. These are colors that are in the Designer Series paper that I'm using. They're also colors of the cardstock that I'm using. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to show you this. This stamp, which is what I'm using, will take either flowers, like peach flowers, or teeny tiny peaches. I'm going to use the flowers because the peaches are not necessary for this. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm just going to stamp it down here in the corner. So it's going to be slightly off the page because I want to leave room for writing. You know, that's kind of a good thing when you're sending a card. You do want to be able to write something. Now you guys are all going, you send us cards, you don't write in them. You're right. I do not write in the cards I send you 90% of the time because I figure they're a gift. And I hope you guys like when I do that. I think most of you do. Now this is where you line up. You can see there's little spots where the flower or the peaches go, like little stem stalk things. So I'm going to see which way they fit. I think it's this way. I'm almost positive it's this way. Oops, I just probably made a mark, but that's okay. There you go. Terrible job. Terrible. I lined that up so bad. I'm going to try that again because that was just so bad. I haven't used this in a while, and so that's going to be my excuse. It's my story, and I'm sticking to it as the song goes. So we're going to try that again. If this one doesn't work, I will fix it on my own when I'm not doing a live video. So obviously that's not right. We're going to try this way. That's more correct. It still doesn't look right to me, but it's going to work for now. So it is whimsical. I admit that it is whimsical. And I really think that small one goes down here. But I tried that and I just was really off. So I don't know. I'm going to redo this, but you get the idea. It would be really pretty in the inside corner of your card. All right. So I'm going to set that aside now. And then I was going to do the little dots in the center. But since it was so bad, we're just going to ignore that ever happened. Poof. Let's start over. So I'm going to fold my card base in half, which is pretty typical. All right. Now, remember what I said? I'm copying this card right here, but I don't have that die that makes that awesome starburst look. I don't have it. And I thought about trying to cut it, and I remembered then who I was and went, that's not going to happen. So I'm just not going to cut it. I'm just going to use the yellow side of this beautiful paper, and I'm going to mat it on Granny Apple Green. Now, the reason I'm matting it on Granny Apple Green, honestly, is because when I went through my paper, this piece was 3 3/4 inch wide. So I knew that I was going to need to mat it or it would look really funny on the card. So there, simple. Then I'm just going to put this on the card front. You see, there's no ribbons, no reason why you can't add ribbons. But so my tiny tip for today is when you are casing something, which stands for copy and scrap, stamp, share, everything, depending on what you want to put in the S, you don't have to be exact. like I said, this is the card. This is my design, not the same. So just remember that. When you're copying something, use it as an inspiration point. I mean, I know I see some stuff and I want it exact. I want it exactly like it looks, because there are some freaking awesome, talented people out there. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be brave. And even though I'm planning to stamp on this, I didn't cut an extra one. So we're going to just have to hope that I don't screw this up. And I am matting this piece onto the Granny Apple Green. And then I am, grabbing this because I noticed that they have some of the little birds from the stamp set. There's a tiny little bird. You can see it's pretty small. I mean, this is our tiny block and it barely, it's tiny. And I am going to use the Memento black ink. And I'm just going to stamp a couple of birds on here. I'm not being perfect, just sticking them on there. I just did 3. Okay, now, I probably shouldn't have shut that yet, but I'll go ahead and I'll glue this piece down now since I have my glue out. That's going to go right in the center. Voila. I don't know if it's perfectly straight, but you know how I feel about perfectionism. All right, so now I've got that Happy Birthday, which is from the, it's also from the Sweet as a Peach stamp set. It says Happy Birthday. And I'm going to ink that up. And see if I can get this fairly well centered. Not bad. Yay me. I'm always excited when that happens. Okay. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take my paper snips and I want to just kind of make dovetails. Now we used to have a punch that did dovetails and I actually still have it. But not everyone does. So there are a couple of tricks to doing dovetails. You could see I just did it by hand because I'm not going to freak out if it isn't even. But if you're worried about that, take your snips and snip right through the center of the card and then match up to that point. And you will more than likely, I'm doing this, so we're not making any guarantees, but you'll more than likely have a fairly even dovetail on both sides. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to adhere it. Don't worry, I'm getting to the clouds. I know that I talked about them. Trust me, I'm getting there. So I'm going to adhere that onto a piece of the silver from the blue foil collection. And I'm just going to kind of follow the dovetails. And I'm just doing this so that I can get all of my stamping pieces sort of out of the way and ready. Now I have pre-cut my clouds because I didn't want you to have to wait while I did that. So now I've got the Happy Birthday, which is going to go on there. So all of my stamping is done. Now here's where the fun comes. I have pre-cut out a couple of the clouds and I did one. But I'm hoping you guys can see how that looks. It's really hard with the lighting to get it to where you guys can see it good. So I'm hoping you guys can see how when it's on top of it, it creates some texture for the cloud. So for these two, drum roll please. I am obviously not a drummer. I actually did manage to remember to cut them, to put two-sided sticker paper on before I cut them out. So now it's a matter of picking it off. I never remember to do that. As you guys well know, I didn't do it with these. Cut them at the same time. Did I remember? No. So then all you're going to do is you're going to line up the bottom with the bottom of the cloud. I know that somebody asked me if I was going to show this. I believe it was Susan, but I don't know that she's watching right now. So there we've got those two. And then we have the little one. And I'm going to try and pick this off. I can see it moving. There we go. I love my take your pick tool. Who has a take your pick tool? I know, it's very cool. Somebody said something else. Hi, Crystal. It is very cool, Amber. I love the way it looks as well. I think it's very cool. And I'm so excited to find out what the heck those pieces were for. Because I kept thinking they were for the waves, because my head was on waves of the ocean kind of thing. So I was sure they were for the waves. So there you go. Those are there. And then these two guys, I totally forgot. So I'm going to have to glue those, which is a bummer. So now what I want to do is I want to put a cloud. And this one's going to be flat. And I'm going to put that one right there. And then I know that that is going to go there. So I want another one. And this other big one is also going to be flat, and I kind of know where I want it. So it's going to go like that. Now I am going to use my Stampin' Dimensionals for the happy birthday. I haven't forgotten the little cloud. Don't worry, I've not forgot. And I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. So the clouds are slightly behind the happy birthday. But you can see this could be for a guy or a girl. It does not have to be for one or the other. So now I'm going to use half a dimensional on this cloud right there. And I am going to stick that. And the reason I'm using half is because I knew that I wanted part of the cloud to be on top of that. So I didn't want it to be, you could have made it double, but see, it does give it some cool dimension. Now, like I said, I need to put adhesive. I want a couple of silver seagulls. I think I called them doves before, but they are seagulls, I'm pretty sure. Why is it when you're doing something delicate, you can't get the glue to come out unless it goes everywhere, right? It's not logical. It just is. So I'm trying to be careful. Okay, cool. And I see a little smooshy there. So that's not going to work very well. I'm going to do that and kind of hide my mess a little bit. Now, I can't have this without some bling. Hello from North Carolina. I think that's you, Pam, but I'm not sure because it scrolled up. Thank you for sharing, Pam. You will be in the drawing. All right, so now I'm going to stick with the lighter colors, but I definitely want to use some bling. So I'm going to use this green up there, and then a little tiny of the lighter green right there. So there you go. So I'm going to stand up so I can be sure you guys see this and hope that the lighting is good. But I wanted you to see that I did copy this card to get this card. So is it the same? Sorta, but it's not. So I hope you guys like it. So I'm going to hold that up in case you guys want to do a quick screen jab. Thanks for all the love. You guys are awesome. And don't forget, you can decorate the inside of your card. Just do a better job than I did. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Tiny Tip Tuesday. I will be back with more videos and on Saturday for sure. I'm not sure what else is going to be in there. And I hope you guys have a great day. Enjoy the weather if you're from Michigan, or if you're somewhere warmer, make us jealous. Go ahead. Tell us all about it. Okay. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.